In this video, I'm going to talk about classic versus enhanced lists in Sage Intacct and what the differences are between the two. We're going to go into the vendor list as an example. So we're going to go to Applications, Accounts Payable, and Vendors. Now this is what Sage calls a list. It's basically just a list of your data. And you can see here that we have opened up a list and it is defaulted to the enhanced list. If you're new to Sage Intacct, your environment is probably going to default to this enhanced list view on all of your lists. So your customer list, your bills list, your vendors list, it's going to be defaulted to enhanced list. I want to also pull up a tab to show you the vendor list under the classic list. So we're going to go to Accounts Payable and Vendors. Again, it's going to pull up this enhanced list. But on this tab, I'm going to turn off that enhanced list to go back to the classic list. And we're just going to go over to the ellipses and turn off enhanced list. Now this is what we call the classic list, and this is what a lot of people are used to if they've been in Sage Intacct for a while. I'm going to point out a few of the differences here between this classic list and this enhanced list. Now on the classic list, you have these checkboxes at the top to filter data. So you can include your inactive records very easily. You can also include private records, which would be any records that were created on the entity level. So just with an easy click, you can filter data. If you want to filter, let's say, a vendor name that has the word gravel in it, you can't just type in gravel. You have to use the wildcard of the percentage sign to find any names that have gravel in it. If you've been in Sage for some time, then you probably have a lot of custom views on your lists. And this is to be able to toggle between different views easily, filtering out data that you want to see or export. And you can export data from here. Now let's go back over to the enhanced list and see the differences. So obviously it looks a little bit more graphically pleasing. Some of the bigger enhancements for this list are you can easily move columns around. You can freeze columns by going to this little gear shift and freezing. Let's say we want to freeze these two columns over here. You can easily freeze and unfreeze your columns. You have the ability to wrap your text. So you can see here like Acme Door Glass ... It's clipped there. So let's text wrap. And now you can see Acme Door and Glass distributors. Instead of using a wildcard, you can just type in the word gravel or whatever you're looking for, and it'll bring everything up. You also have the ability to see your vendor list or any list in a side-by-side view. So right now we're in the list view, but we can click over here and see a side-by-side view, and this is going to let us drill into that data a little bit more effectively. And to turn off that view, you would just go back to your list view, or you can click done. It'll take you back to your full list. Now, some of the differences between this enhanced list and your classic list. Again, I want to point out these very easy filtering checkboxes up here to include inactive and private records. Over on the enhanced list, those have disappeared. And this is probably the biggest difference between the classic and enhanced. If you want to see your private records, which are the ones that were created on an entity level, you have to go over to the filters button, and they've renamed it. It's called Include Entity Records, and click that. And you can also show that entity column, which is nice if you want to see what entity actually created that record. And you just apply it there to show your private records. But it's not real obvious that that's what you're looking at this point. In your classic view, it's very obvious because you can always look up and see if you've got that checked. So I would say that this is probably the feature that most people don't love with the enhanced list. Also, that inactive on your classic view, that include inactive, not as obvious. You have to come in here and change your filter setting to show, well, basically, I would just remove this. If you want to see everything, you would just remove that and apply it. Another difference is that your classic view, these custom views that you have created, they're not going to be visible on your enhanced view. So I had created this test view in this enhanced list, but they don't translate over to this enhanced view. So a lot of people don't like the fact that they can't toggle between their views. And so they'll go back to their classic view so they can see their custom views that they want. Now you can obviously recreate those over in the enhanced view, which would be a good idea. And that's a different video on how to create views. But that is another difference, that you cannot see your custom views in here. I will say though, if you go to a view, a custom view that you've created, it's very easy to delete that view. So let's say you've created a view and you've deployed it for the company and you decide that you don't want that anymore. You can easily come here and delete it. Whereas with this custom views on the classic list, you can't delete them from here. You have to go to your platform services if you have access to it, or your admin will have to go to platform services and go to custom views. And this is the list of the custom views that are created in this instance, and you can delete it from here. So that is nice that you can just delete it from your list screen. So really, those are the biggest differences between your enhanced list and your classic list. It's really a personal preference thing on whether you use classic or enhanced. But because enhanced lists are a new feature for Sage, they do encourage you to send feedback on what your experience was like. So if you're experimenting between the two different views, you can come to the ellipses and send them feedback, and they have a little survey on what you like or what you don't like about this enhanced list. Again, easy to turn off, ellipses, turn off. But understanding the differences between the classic and enhanced lists will save you time and frustration as you're learning Sage Intacct. If you're not seeing data that you expect to see, then more than likely it has something to do with your view of your list and filters. Thank you.